What's up, YouTubers? I am running a Winner's Choice Patreon replica belt giveaway over on patreon.com/HazardF5, in which the winner can choose which replica they will receive. You've got the choices of the V1 WWE Shop Crumrine. This is the belt I posted on my old channel where I removed the place from the strap and gave it a full clear coat, as the earlier batches were missing a clear coat that gave it that nice shine. Or you can choose the Hogan 86 WWE Shop replica, the dual plated variation that was released a few months ago. Now, to enter, all you have to do is be a Patreon member, and the tier in which you join reflects how many entries you get. For example, the lowest tier, being Cruiserweight, is a $2 tier. Therefore, you would receive 2 entries into that draw. The higher the tier, the more entries you receive into the draw. I will be doing the draw at the beginning of October. The link is in the description below. Good luck to everyone. Now on with the review. What's up, YouTubers? This is HazardF5 back with a brand new video, and it's a new belt day. Now, if you follow me on social media, whether that be here on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, wherever, you'll know that I was at AEW's All In at Wembley Stadium this past weekend. And on their social media, they announced that they were releasing a new World Championship replica belt. There have been 3 versions of the World Championship already released in replica form, which I will get to in a moment. But this one being the latest variation, I had to pick it up because when I saw it in person, I was blown away, because you could tell the differences in person between the earlier versions and this one, with the quality and the additional detail of this variation. So today I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review of the V3, I guess, AEW World Championship replica belt. This thing is a beast. So, let's get into it. And here we have the V3 of the AEW World Championship replica. This thing is absolutely incredible. I've gone on record in saying before that the version 1 of this replica was, for my money, the best quality replica that we'd ever had as belt collectors. But this belt actually manages to trump that one and is a significant improvement, which says a lot to this belt's quality. Now, first and foremost, this is the version 3. I'm going to talk briefly about the 2 prior versions. If you aren't interested in that, of course, there'll be timestamps, so you can jump ahead. So, firstly, the version 1 and the version 2 of this replica had the cracked AEW logo, whereas this is the new one, the flush untouched one. I never liked the cracked logo personally. I've said that in previous videos, because I felt like for a new belt and a new company, having a worn logo just didn't make sense. It's new, it should look new with their logo. So that's the first difference. The second difference is the side plates. So obviously, these are the modern ones with the interchangeable side plates. You've got the globe in the center with the logo at the top and at the bottom. Whereas on the version 1 and the earlier versions of the World Championship on TV, you had the globe at the top and the bottom and the AEW logo running across the middle. Of course, again, it was the single crack logo without the box, without the black paint in the background, and without the lettering. Now, the version 2 that was released a few months ago, exclusively at an event which they were selling, I think, 12 signed copies by Samoa Joe at the event. Like I said, had the cracked AEW logo, but had these style side plates with the side discs. Now, the other variation, or the other difference in the variations, was the strap. So the strap that you see here, it has the complete new AEW logo with the uncracked letters, the wording of All Elite Wrestling, and the box going around it. The version 1 just had the cracked AEW letters going across, whereas this is the style of strap with the version 2 had, with the mimic tooling by the snaps rather, as well. So your main difference with this one is the new flush AEW logo, and compared to the version 2, the quality of this, because they have really upped their game when it comes to the detailing and the depth and even the stonework on this. Because as many of you know, I had the version 1 nearly as soon as it came out, and the stones on it were absolutely brilliant. But the stones on this one seem even better. So let's get into it. So we'll start from the top. So you've got the gold border going around each of the plates with the stones dashed going all the way around. Now I am going to change the lighting partway through this video, only because anyone that will tell you while we had wonderful weather for All In yesterday, it's a very grey day here in the UK. So then we've got the banner at the top with still the stylized lettering of World, with the patterns nicely etched on either side. You've got the geometric filler with the stone holders dashed around. Like I said, I will be doing a side-by-side comparison between this and my version 1, so you can see the differences. And one of the key differences that makes a big difference with this is the geometric filler has been slightly altered and is etched now deeper than the previous version. So I'll show you a side-by-side image just here so you can see the differences in the depth of the detailing, and that actually adds a lot when it comes to the detailing and depth of the belt. So you can see here you've got sort of shadows being cast in areas, which makes it sort of give it that more in-depth quality detail, especially in certain lighting, because you zoom in you can see all the nickel in those areas. However, because of the depth of the stamping or the etching, it adds a really nice look to it. The geometric filler also looks to be a tad thicker with the line work than the previous version. Then we've got the champion banner at the bottom, again with the stylized wording. And of course, you've got the gold border for where the plate goes in, giving it that stacked look. You've also got the really nicely done globes, each showing a different section of the world. You've got the nameplate at the bottom. I wish they would have stuck with this one over the side plates personally. One thing to bear in mind is if you have a custom made nameplate for either the version 1 or the version 2, it won't fit onto the V3. Now, if you're handy with a drill, because the plate size itself is pretty much the same, but the drill hole spaces are different. So if you're handy with a drill, you should be fine. But figured I'd give you guys a heads up. Then we go to the centerpiece with the AEW logo. Again, this is the clean version, so you haven't got the cracked detailings on it. But then you've got the stonework. Forming the diamond on the main plate. And like I said, I'll go through an overview in slightly different lighting partway through this video. Again, timestamps will all be in the video. So then we go to side plates. So side plate shape remains the same. So you've got that nice contorting work going and curving around the main plate. So you've got the black background version of the AEW logo. with the gold lettering. In the center, you've got the jewel-plated globe. Really nice detailing. And then you've got the logo at the bottom. Then onto the outer side plate. So again, primarily hasn't changed apart from the depth of the detailing and the logo featured in the center. And when it comes to the depth of the detailing, that does apply to the logos as well, so you can see how thick they are. This thing is heavier than the version 1 and the version 2, and it is thicker in places. As we move on to the other side, so same as the other side, just flip down the other way. And of course, you've got the globe facing a different section of the world. And also you've got an insane curve on this replica. It's so nice. So if I lay it flat here, like even from here, you can see it's got a really nice arch to it. That was one of the issues with the previous ones as well. And one thing I didn't like about the version 1 is, although it was an amazing replica, it could have been curved a little bit more, and they've managed to tick off my 2 issues with the original, which was I didn't like the crack logo myself, but as far as quality, it needed more of a curve, which they've done, which is excellent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the lighting here so you can see the stones sparkle like they should. So like I said, it's a dingy old day here in England. So the sun isn't out, but here you can see, you get a better idea of the quality of the stones and the shine that they give the replica. I'm not sure what they've used for these stones, but they pop really nicely. And as I'm sure you've already seen in the intro of the video as well, now there will be people who want to get this restoned, whether that be with Swarovski crystals, whether that be with cubic zirconias, which of course, absolutely, go for it. I'm in 2 minds whether I want to bother getting this restoned or not, purely because these stones actually pop really nicely as they are, quite frankly. And even then, again, I've only got like a room light on in here, so and when you set this up with like a spotlight situation where you've got something shining on it consistently, like the right kind of lighting, it does a really nice job. These are the best stones I've seen on a replica so far. The version 1 ones were really good. I don't know if these are any different, but they certainly seem to shine a little bit more, giving it that sparkle. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's all about the lighting. So I figured I'd take a quick video of the belt here in some different lighting. I'm currently in my man cave in the Hazard household, and these stones are absolutely wonderful. Now, I've said previously on version 1 of this replica, that those stones were absolutely spectacular, and they've even upped their game with this one. So you can see here with the shine of them that they pop really, really nicely. Now, obviously, anyone who wants to get this restoned is going to get restoned. I probably won't, based on the quality of the stones themselves and how good they are. These are easily the best stones I've ever seen on a replica, and I've been collecting for quite a long time now, and these things are just absolutely superb. Now, are they catching the light as nicely as a restoned Swarovski's crystal or cubic zirconia? Potentially not, no. However, for their display purposes, as you can see, it looks really, really nice. The shine off of them, the sparkle, really, really great. So there you have it up close. So you can see the detailing on the gold geometric filler, along with the nickel background, the borders, and the now clean AEW logo. Now, they haven't announced any side plates or anything for this belt yet. I won't be picking any up anyway. I think the globes are the best that we're going to get as far as visuals for this belt. But when the V1 was released, they did announce and release a handful of nameplates for the belt, although they were in short supply, admittedly. So it's a wait and see game now when it comes to the side plates. So there you have it, guys. The V3 AEW World Championship replica belt. This thing is absolutely incredible. As great as the original one is, this one, I mean, it improves on every aspect of the original and tweaks things that me personally and maybe other people have had issues with, like the lack of a curve has been addressed. Like, it's got a really nice curve on it. Any more than that, I do think would be overkill because of how narrow the main plate is. The detailing on the geometric filler being much deeper really helps the gold pop when in certain light and in comparison to the nickel in the background. So that's absolutely awesome. Now, the strap, realistically, it's going to need a new strap because it's still very, very thick. Now, while it is more flexible than the previous one, I can't say that that's an improvement on the strap, as that might just be due to the increased weight on the plates. So it's a catch-22 with that one. But the cleaner logo, I think, looks a lot better. Again, the stones are absolutely phenomenal. There will be people who restone this. I might be one of them. I don't know. It'll depend on any given day. But at the moment, these stones are absolutely awesome. For me, and as long as I've been collecting, these are the best sort of standard stones that come with a replica strap, a standard adult replica strap that I've ever seen. But overall, really, really impressed. Now, this was very, very expensive. And unfortunately, for anyone who doesn't know, in the UK, we get screwed when it comes to prices. A lot of the time, a company will sell a replica over here, and instead of doing a price conversion, they'll literally take the dollar sign. Say, for example, if a belt costs $600, they'll just take the price and just switch that dollar sign to a pound sign. So we end up paying way more. Very similar with this. Obviously, it was all in, and they were in limited supply. So I envision them going for, again, around the $600 mark-ish, maybe $700 on Shop AEW when they come out, but I don't know that for sure. That's a wait and see game. Now that they're sort of in production and they're out there, I reckon we'll probably get them on the site within the next maybe month. Really, definitely should be on there by the end of the year. There have been a couple of issues I have seen with the quality control. So I bought 3 of these, 2 for people who asked me to pick some up. And one of them had a defect, which I did have to return. And it wasn't damage, it was a production flaw. So on it, the middle of the E, which is gold on the belts, was left nickel. And I took it back and said, look, this is a production flaw, can I switch out with another one? They were very good, gave me another one. They remembered me from the day before because I was the only one mad enough to buy 3 of these things and carry them home on public transport, which sucks. But anyway, absolutely love this replica. A great improvement in my opinion. And this one now, in my mind, trumps any of the replicas quality-wise that I've got in my collection. So very impressed. Let me know what you think of the new replica, the quality, or the design, because there have been tweaks to that as well, in the comments. And let me know if you're going to pick one up or not, and why. Anyway, guys, that's it from me, and I'll catch you as always next time.